know in the boxing groups. I won't say his name. His name's the Professor. He is the Professor. Until he allows me to release his name publicly, you won't know it. We do have a great article on our page now. If you want to go to facebook.com/Fight Serve Boxing MMA. Just leave the "and" out. I don't know why, but they made me make it. They just said Fight Serve Boxing MMA is the name they do. I tried to put "and" MMA, but they just went Fight Serve Boxing MMA. You go there. You can just type Fight Serve in Google, man. It's going to have our webpage. It's going to have Twitter, everything. We're the only Fight Serve in the world. Those that don't follow us on Twitter, it's at Fight Serve with an E on the end. I still haven't got that changed. Follow us on Twitter. Follow Brian_Boxer. Here's our National Director of Training. He just got his Twitter page about 3 or 4 days ago, or this month. The Prophet Says. The Prophet Says. That's mine, but my name, that'll be changing. Probably stop that one, and it's going to switch to KC Prophet. That is the new handle for the radio personality handle. Everybody, all y'all know me, though. I am the CEO of Fight Serve Boxing and MMA. It is the only thing I do now, Fight Serve Boxing and MMA. I don't do nothing else. I do radio shows. I do podcasts for several different people. The Gambler's Edge, Brian's Gambler's Edge, the original Gambler. I had a title called The Gambler's Edge at one time that I was going to use for my fantasy thing, and then Brian McKinney, he's got that now. He bought all that. He sells fantasy updates and different stuff and tip sheets on gambling and all this, and he's pretty good at it. But I mean, I do his podcast and his radio show, and actually I've outpicked him on football so far. I had a real good bowl season. And guys, I ain't gonna lie to you. Most of it's luck when it comes to that. I mean, but if it's boxing and MMA, and that ain't luck, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm on it. We did have a loss at UFC 195. I did have a loss. I took Condit by decision, and I still think he won the fight. That's just my opinion. It's also the opinion of about 96.2% of the people that I polled on Twitter. Or polled on calls. You'll see the Fight Server Awards on Twitter. You'll see the Fight Server Awards on our page. Andrea KGB Lee, she is our top MMA fighter representative for Fight Serve. She fights for Invicta FC now. She is the Legacy Lightweight Champion. Andrea KGB Lee, I want you to follow her at Andrea KGB Lee. That's Andrea KG. She is our cover photo on the page. You got the Four Kings as our profile picture, and that'll changes depending. It's getting ready to change tonight, actually. It's got to change to, trying to think. It's going to change to Darnell Boone tonight, actually. It will change to Darnell Boone tonight, or, I'm trying to think of the next fighter coming up. We have an MMA sanction event coming in February, but Darnell's got a fight in February. Not sure the dates yet. Loosely rough is roughly expected to be in West Virginia. But getting Darnell matches is like pulling hinds teeth, I'm sure. We just do promotional stuff for Darnell. Darnell is to me, is a damn superstar that hasn't budded, man. He is just phenomenal. And to sit and talk to the man, which I do every day, I do all the time. Talked to him today. I've interviewed him on here. He's been on the show. Another super nice guy was Gary Goodrich last night. Another nice guy that we've interviewed is now the Brioni's. When I interviewed him week before last, he just fought this weekend, so it was week and a half ago. We had to have his translator there, his trainer, or actually it's not even his trainer. I think it's his cut man. to translate what he was saying and what I was saying to him. And hell, I don't know. He may have been cussing me out or whatever. I'm not even sure. That's one that aired live. And it did air live in, it was 2 cities in Mexico that aired live, and it had about 3 million viewers or listeners in Mexico. And we had an Argentinian fighter on here. January, I'll have to look. Let's see, Darnell was the end of December, so this guy was like January the 4th, maybe, something like that. It was on Monday, if I'm not mistaken, January the 4th, yeah, my daughter's birthday. So it was January the 4th, and geez, and I hate to say this, but I'm not sure of his name right off the top of my head. It's not a bad fighter either. The guy's fairly decent. Sorry, guys. It's not coming to me. I've been with so many guys, so many fighters, both MMA, boxing, actually just Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys that's fought in some of these IBW tournaments. I got Diana Lee coming up pretty quick before long. She is a superstar in gi, BJJ. We're going to try to get Andrea on the show here pretty quick. She's got a pretty quick full record. You know, you got Invicta FC 15 this weekend. You got Wilder, Filska. You got Glaskov. I don't even like to talk about the Glaskov-Martin match. Catch my short, quick pick episode on it. I'll tell you, I'll give you ahead and give you all the picks. I got Wilder by KO in 9 or less. Under 9, actually, so 8 or less. On that one, I got Glaskov by unanimous decision. I also have Hay by KO in under 6. Hay by KO under 6. I'm figuring 3 to wear the rust off, 2 to knock him out at best. I will not give you my UFC picks yet because the show airs at one time. That's a total show for fight night. We do separate the boxing and MMA shows. ESPN's going to make me do it. SiriusXM's going to make me do it. So I'm going to get into practice. Try to get into practice of doing it. Now, that show last night was a combo show, really. The first hour was me and Gary Goodrich. And he was a blast to have in the studio. I wish the speaker would have been a little louder. But we're working on that. The call-ins are, they're not quite as loud because the call board's so far from the speaker. We had 2 shows we co-hosted, like me and B-Boxer. That's Jacob's handle on the radio. He's B-Box. If you hear B-Box doing a show, then that is the two-time defending national 132-pound amateur champion. Man's been in the ring with Miguel Cotto. Been in the ring with some greats. He gave Floyd Mayweather schooling lessons in the 96 trials as far as sparring. But everybody that's been in boxing knows sparring is something that you work on things at. But Floyd knows him real well. He's a real good guy, super guy. He retired at 7-0 from the pros. Look him up on BoxRec, Jacob Hudson, to become a minister, man. I mean, he's just that kind of guy. He reminds me a lot of Caesar. Go back, Rivas. He really does. He's just a super guy that he believes in something like Caesar does his 12-step program. And Caesar, that's a good thing, man. It really is. Impresses me that you have those morals. I sent a message out to the guys, a couple of the guys that helped, that was going to start Fight Serve back with me, talk to, because they were friends, man. They were good friends of mine, and some stuff went wrong, and I handled some shit wrong, said some shit I said. It's all done. It's all over and done well. Talk to them, apologize to them, get with them. IBN, that's you, man. Fresh Cuts, that's you, man. But right now, Fight Serve's booming, man. We're booming. We're doing great. I knew that if I risked everything I had and even everything I could beg, borrow, and steal, man, that I can make it. I knew it. There was no doubt in my mind that I could do it. I had done it before, only to lose it all. And no, not as much as I had said, but not even quite. But I had gambled it all to lose it all, but I didn't lose it gambling. I lost it because my son passed away. I'm opening up here, guys. I'm telling the truth. This is an amendment to the Mayweather winter promo. that I got the name wrong. It's not Christopher Stanley. It's Christopher Walker. Christopher Stanley won the UFC 200 tickets. He won UFC 200 tickets, so that's who he is. Next up, immediately after this show right here, is the UFC Fight Night 81 breakdown. UFC Fight Night 81 breakdown. I'm not sure how long it'll take before it posts on Facebook, but it will post over the next little bit, and it'll post on our page, and also all MMA stuff post in the MMA Zone. That is run by LB Alex and Jose Demoda Cabron. LB Alex. Also, it is run by several different people. It's run by several different people in the championship rounds. Is where all our boxing stuff goes. Like our pound for pound top 15 of all time. I don't know if you had a chance to listen to that. Take a listen. Give me a comment. Tell me what you think. It was voted on by fans, me, our 4 board members. Well, we got 7 board members actually, but 3 of them my daughters. I'm not gonna lie. But there's 4 of us that know boxing pretty good, real good actually, and have been in the ring ourselves. So everything I told them, y'all guys, wasn't a lie. Everything wasn't a lie, but quite a bit was, to get you, and it wasn't to hook nobody, man. I had a dream, I had a plan, and I knew the plan would work, and it's working. It's working great for me. Now, this extension I've taken into other sports and hosting other shows is not something I had any idea would happen. If somebody would have told me in October, hey, man, you're going to be a radio personality, I'd have been like, what the hell are you talking about? Now, if they'd have told me you're going to talk about boxing, you're going to talk about MMA even, I might have said, okay, maybe I'm a couple here and there, this and that, But I might even get called in. Might even have to do a call in. Subway Fresh Take hotline for now it's Shell Pennzoil for Mike and Mike in the morning. That's the ones that gave me profit originally. And it was Mike Greenberg. And shout out to him. I guess I'll be talking to him a lot here pretty soon. I'm going to work with the ESPN family. And it's not to do the Fight Serve Boxing MMA Hour. It is to be a host of sports, a morning sports show. And because they've heard me done everything, I've done a live on location Monday Night Football game for BetUS.com. They got mad at me because I divulged a way that I had figured on how to gamble on football games a long time ago. And Orlando Tavares can tell you that I can pick the hell out of football games. I really can. I know them, man. I know that shit real good. Baseball too. I know it real good. There's mathematical formulas to all this stuff. It's just breaking it down and figuring it out, and that I was, and that's no bullshit. I mean, I got report cards to back it up. I was a mathematical genius, and that was my forte. That's what I was good at, and I guess that's what's made me such a good negotiator, such a good salesman all my life. The ability to remember something if you see it, the ability to recall everything, but I couldn't remember the difference between Christopher Walker and Christopher Stanley earlier. Sorry about that. Christopher Stanley was our UFC 200 2-ticket winner. That's right. We gave away 2 tickets to UFC 200, and I kind of feel bad about that because we gave them away when we come live from UFC 195 after the Lawler-Condit fight. We did an immediate podcast and show live on 95 in Atlanta, and it was live on a AM station in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. I can't recall exactly which one it is. Brian can tell you. Brian, you in my ear? 6 what? I don't think that was it. I don't know, man. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. That's besides the point. But anyway, we did an immediate show, and I wanted to know who won. Who do y'all think won? A lot of people from Team MMA for Life called in and let me know what they